and Jen who broke the internet.
Correct.
You were the first to comment. Did you get a heads up?
I did not get a heads up. It was actually a joke that I was first. I wrote first because I was like the 40 trillionth billionth person to comment, and I think she'd only been on like a couple hours. I was like first. Yeah, but I did not get the heads up.
Did you try to get her to join for a while? Because everyone's been trying to get her to join.
You know, I think she just had to. She had to do it in her own time. She was ready to do it, and the world is about to discover how hilarious she can be and is.
So let's talk about the film a little bit. Tessa, you were the voice of Lady, and you are Tramp. Did you guys have any similarities? Do you think you relate to these characters at all in their way of living?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think of them as kind of like Lady, Tramp. They're sort of archetypal in that they're both just sort of these deeply loving, like dogs, like deeply loving things that are sort of looking to experience things in life, So I relate to just sort of the adventure that they set out on, and would like to think of myself obviously as adventurous, but it's really about a connection between two dogs, which sounds silly, but is sort of the heart of the beauty of the film. So I think it's about, I would say human connection, but it's canine connection in this case.
Absolutely. So Justin, by the looks of your Insta, you are really passionate about your dog and animal rescues. I know these guys are rescues. Tell me about how Disney gave a lot of rescue dogs their big break in this film.
It's one of those things that I was, when I got offered the job, I was like, okay, and I was about to say, but a lot of the, or most of the, and then they were already sort of on that train that a lot of these dogs were going to be rescued, and that we were going to sort of tie it to several different shelters, and it's just one of those beautiful things where sort of work and philanthropy on Disney's part really paid off, because all the dogs that were in the film obviously found homes, and I think more dogs will continue to find homes as a result of it.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah, I mean, this guy was thrown away.
Yeah.
Literally, thrown away.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, he was homeless, and then he went to a shelter, and then he found a home. I mean, how could you?
And now he's a movie star.
Yeah, now he's living the life.
He's a big star.
He's
I know.
a huge star.
Tessa, is it true that you adopted a dog recently?
Yeah, I did.
Was this the inspiration, perhaps?
Maybe. I know my dad and my mom recently were like, it's so funny that you should be adopting a dog around the time the film comes out. Maybe I've always wanted a dog, and I went to there's this fantastic place in Los Angeles called Dog Cafe LA, and they take dogs from kill shelters, and you can just go and hang out with them. They're not for profit. And I went to just hang out with dogs, because I like to do that sometimes. And I thought, I don't know if I travel so much, if I can take care of the responsibility of a dog of my own. And then I fell in love with all the dogs there, but ended up taking one home to foster him because he was just sort of skittish and needed some extra attention. And then I kept fostering him for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I think it only took 3 days for me to have my own name for him. His name at the cafe was Tuxedo. I started calling him Coltrane, and then I just realized that he's my dog. So
cute.
Yeah.
So how's it going? You're enjoying it?
It's going great. This is his first time in New York City. He flew out. Yeah, he had a big day. I didn't want to bring him here. It might be too much. Also, he's not a Hollywood dog, at least not yet.
I love it. Okay, so the big scene everyone's talking about is the spaghetti scene. Can you guys tell me how you guys got the dogs to make that work?
Luckily, that was not our responsibility.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to do with it.
That was the result of some incredible dog training, a little bit of animation, and a very patient director. Because obviously, if you're fully animating it like the 1955 version, it's a lot easier. From what I've understood, instead of spaghetti, they use kind of this white dog-friendly licorice or something along those lines. But yeah, I would imagine just many, many hours waiting for it to be just right enough.
Justin, you posted you had a hot date with your with Rumi, and you guys did the spaghetti scene.
Yeah, we did. It just happened. That was actually not even like intentional. I was just this is gonna sound. I'm just way too much information. A lot of times I will put treats in my mouth, and I did it when I first got her to get her to bite gently, so that she wouldn't bite things out of my hand or bite my finger. So I put things in your mouth, and then I'd feed her with my mouth like a little baby bird. And so now I feed her
a
out of
dog
my mouth
lover,
all the
everybody.
time. Like, I'll put
a-
food in my mouth, and then I'll just sort of like lean over to her, and she'll take it out of my mouth.
It's so cute. How did you get Rumi cast in the project?
Kuma.
Kuma. Am I calling him the wrong name?
Rumi is not her name. It's Kuma, but that's
okay.
totally fine.
Promise you, it's written incorrectly, and
Fine. It was, I don't know, but maybe it was just my own narcissism that I wanted her in the movie. No, I actually thought, the truth is that, she also is a rescue dog and a shelter dog. And I wanted, I just thought it'd be good because, just to have her represent, she's in the dog pound scene, which is a sort of a terrifying place in our movie.
And she's a pit, right?
And she's a pit, yeah.
And pits don't have enough great representation.
Boy, do they not.
They don't.
They are
because
one
people,
of the most sort
they're
of.
like the most, weren't they famously, they used to be called the nanny dogs.
The
'cause
nanny
they were so
dogs.
fantastic with children.
They have an incredible, actually, not to
There's-
sidebar, but an incredible sort of history in film. Is obviously Little Rascals with Spot. Was it Spot? Yeah.
Yeah, Spot.
Yeah, they were sort
They're
of
incredible
used
dogs.
by sort of lower class families to sort of protect kids who are playing on the street or the lawn or whatever. Very loyal, very beautiful, very good natured,
And
Would you ever,
sometimes misunderstood.
and oftentimes misunderstood.
Yeah.
Would you ever create an Instagram for her?
I would totally create an Instagram. I find Instagram sometimes like a little bit of a job, so I like to do 2 Instagrams. I don't know. If she could handle it herself, yes, I would absolutely tell her to go for it. Be careful what you post; it's permanent. But,
Yeah. Well,
Her DMs would be
I know.
out of control.
she'd probably break the internet.
She would, I'm sure.